Listen, black men, black women, black people, we gotta talk about this.
What's up, y'all? You already know who it is. Traylon Antonio Carroll. And I'm recording this video because currently something has happened in my realm of consciousness that has made me want to speak on this very sensitive topic. And let me give it to you like this. For those who don't know, I'm telling you now, I live and I work in Taiwan. Okay? And I say all that to say this. I was born and raised right here where I'm at right now in this city, Flint, Michigan. Okay. A week ago, I returned from Taiwan to Flint, Michigan to go on my 2 week vacation. Okay, and this 2 week vacation wasn't to go and be entertained and have a lot of leisure activities. This was my time to relax. Because teaching is a very demanding job, very frustrating, stressing. And with that being said, this vacation has been my time to relax, regather myself, who I am, and focus my thoughts on doing something else in my life other than teaching, okay? I will spend, in this topic of teaching, I will dive deeper into that in future videos. But for right now, this take is this. Education. Education. Okay? Education has been so important in my life, okay? And disclaimer. This may be a very sensitive and offensive video for you. I gotta tell you that. And there is a particular audience in mind. This is all over the place. I'm so sorry. Because this was not scripted. This is coming right off the dome piece, okay? So let's get back to it. Education. I was born and raised in Flint, Michigan. I grew up in the hood, okay? The hood. In a black community. Though I am very light-skinned, okay? A lot of people would pass me off for being something other than black. But no, I'm black. What? More technically, I am mixed. Don't get it twisted. I am mixed. I have white and black in me on both sides, mother and father. Okay, but my first imprint in the world was that of a black man. I was born and raised as a black man in the United States of America. So I see the world through the lenses of a black man. Now, while I stay on this, our particular story in the USA is one of overcoming oppression. Okay, it is education that has allowed me to be where I am at in life right now, working and teaching in Taiwan. As if it wasn't for education, I would have never made it out of the hood and go and see the world. Now, I swear I'm gonna tie all this together. It's not gonna be a very lengthy video, but I want to say this: just being here in this community and hearing the remarks that people would say and the behaviors that they would do, it inspires me to speak on one thing that we have to change in our black community if we ever want to make progress. And that is this. In our community, the majority of us, I'm going to put black men. There we go. You might be sensitive, black men. You might be offended. Even the women, too. Some. Okay? In our community, we do not value education. What do I mean? How do I know this? Okay, get this. I was at someone's funeral just last week, and they saw my son, who was like extremely tall. Like, he's 6'3", okay? And he's extremely tall. And the first thing they asked him was, "Do you play sports? I know you play sports. You got size, you tall, you big. You gotta do something, right?" And my son, who really doesn't give two shits about sports, okay, he didn't know what to say. He was kind of caught off guard because he wasn't prepared to respond to that question at a funeral. So, in casual conversation, Um, you hear people speak and they reveal their values. So in that conversation, the only thing he thought to ask my son was, "Do you play sports?" Why didn't that same person think to ask him, okay, well, you know, what are your career goals? What do you think about doing in life? Are you going to college? Huh? Are you going to the university? Which one? You know what I mean? The conversation immediately turned to sports. Why sports? Why sports? And why not intellectual stimulation, such as a university or a college or trade school, whatever? Why was it that, you know, a black man saying a black man, you view each other as being these objects that are supposed to be used physically to do something? Okay? And bringing it back to the point I want to make here, this feeling, this imprint, okay, if you want to call it that, for lack of a better term, this imprint that we have as black men in this country, United States of America, as being physical, okay, being physical, and using our God-given, athletic abilities to do something that requires effort, brute effort, physical effort, exertion. We learned that many decades ago. And where did we learn it? On the slave plantation. I'm gonna put some, maybe when I get some time, if I don't forget, I'm gonna put some pics in this video in the comment section or the description, wherever, of where the slave plantation owners, they were auctioning off Negroes. Auctioning off Negroes. And they described them in such a way that would highlight their physical attributes. Like, this one's strong. He can work all day. He works like an ox. Whatever. Okay, but they didn't say anything about this slave. He was gifted intellectually. He could fix things. Okay, he was good at organizing things. Nothing of the sort. Instead, again, they highlighted that those slave members, our ancestors, their physical attributes. And this is something that has been passed down through generation to where we think the only thing that we can do as a people, as men, is be physically
exploited.
Let me write this. We think that men, the only thing that we can do is use our bodies. Because this has been perpetuated and passed down through so many generations, today, we, black men, we only see ourselves as that same brute, strong Negro that was at the auction blocks way back when they were trying to sell us as human cattle. It's like, now, fast forward to today. Look at how we, as a collective group of people, we place sports as number one. Come on, sports, you gotta go out and physically exert yourself, right? That's all we can do is physically exert ourselves. Why not use our brains? Why not use our minds to create something, right? It's like, why don't we as a collective group of people think like this? Look at all the other races in the world. Okay? Now this one is black and white. Look at my dude, Mark. What's his name? Mark Zuckerberg, the Facebook creator. Okay, he's white, and he is like probably one of the richest men in the world, if not the richest. Why can't we aspire to that position? How come Mark Zuckerberg, the CEO owner of Facebook, why does he gotta be white? How come he can't be a black man? Black men, when are we going to put our mind on that same level as Mark Zuckerberg? When are we going to get there? When are we going to tell ourselves that we are capable, that we are intelligent enough to go to that level? Why? And then, the answer to this question I'm saying to you right now kind of slapped me in the face. I was speaking to my son's grandfather. Okay, he's a black man, of course. He's, I think, probably late 60s, almost 70 something. I was speaking to him. So I went into a conversation. I tried to mention to him that my son is going to do something great in his life with his mind. And then I tried to speak about me and how I'm using my mind to create my life. And those remarks, they weren't even heard. It's like, yeah, they weren't even heard. And instead, it was more like, oh yeah, like kind of like dismissive, like whatever. So I bring this up to say that in our community, when we have someone who is intellectually gifted, we don't celebrate them. We don't build them up. We don't encourage them to go higher. We don't tell them that you can do it, you're good enough. We don't teach our young black men to grow up and be in the position that Mark Zuckerberg is holding. We don't make them feel like they are intelligent enough to get there. So a lot of black men either give up if they choose that path, or they never even step foot on that path, because they have been conditioned to believe that the only path that they have in their life is to use their physical attributes. And it's bullshit. And I think it's time that we, as a collective group of people, check ourselves, especially black men, the older generation and the current generation. Why do we only want to engage in conversation with other black men and inquire about what they are doing in sports? Check this out. If you really want to look at black people as our collective group of people, and acknowledging all of our different skill sets, we're like an orchestra. We can recognize that we all have our different skill sets, and we all have something different to bring to the table, and honor that, appreciate that, and encourage the people to have or to use their natural gifts and talents. We can do better as a group of people, because right now the only thing that we really encourage our young black men to aspire to is being an athlete or a rapper or hard. You know what I mean? How come every black family, black mom or black father or black grandpa, whoever, why is the only thing that comes to your mind is the desire for your black boy, your black children to become athletes? Why don't you inspire or encourage your young black boys to become something like Mark Zuckerberg or Jeff Bezos or Bill Gates, or you know what I mean? Something other than an athlete. Everybody was not born to run a ball, dribble a ball, play with a ball, or better said, every black man today is not required to entertain massa for a fucking paycheck. Are you hearing that? I hope so. Everybody is, listen, black men, I'm gonna tell you, listen, we keep it more real. Black people, we gotta get it out of our fucking minds that the only thing that we are good for is like using having our bodies be exploited financially. We need to get past that. That's really what it is. Financial exploitation by using our bodies to make massa happy. Damn. And we learned this shit when they enslaved us on the plantations, like how many centuries ago? It's time to break that shit, Joe. It's time to rise above this shit. It's time to put this shit together and compete, in the world with other people who are successfully doing things, such as Asian groups. I told y'all, I teach in Asia, in Taiwan, and families there, they encourage their children to be, computer engineers, technological engineers, doctors, lawyers, nurses. Not many families will say, listen, you gotta go out here and run the ball. You gotta go out here and kick a ball. You gotta go out here and swing a bat, hit a ball. Fuck that. They don't talk like that. Because they realize that the world is not all about games. It's not all about entertaining other people. It's about doing something where you're gonna be productive to society as a whole. And guess what? Everybody is not paying attention to the sports that y'all are. Everybody don't give two shits about no fucking football. Only in the USA. But what about the rest of the world? Let's say that you did go to your university and you played university football. You got your what's the word? Scholarships for playing ball. Guess what? Let's say that your career ended. Let's say that you were successful and you got a career in playing professional football, and your career ended. and you move to Asia. Guess what? Ain't nobody looking for your skill set. Don't nobody give two shits about American football. That's like the main one that people are trying to push young black people to play. Violent football or basketball. Now, basketball is a different story because basketball isn't popular demand in Asia. But then again, everybody is not aspiring to be the next, LeBron James or Michael Jordan. Everybody don't care about that. Some people were not born with that desire to play basketball. I'm one of those black men. I mean, I hooped in the hood, but I never played on a organized team. Never wanted to. Never really cared about it. Okay, so that was never in my heart. That was never something that I aspired to be. In high school, I was an athlete. I played sports, football, I just said, swimming, track. Okay, but I did those as a way to have some some physical fitness in my life, not because that was my goal, my end goal for life. And every black boy does not have that end goal in life. Spoiler alert. There are black boys in this world who want to become an artist, become an engineer, a doctor, a lawyer. Hell, a professional sleeper. That is a real job, by the way. Okay, there are some people who want to become a professional sleeper. Maybe I'll get that job one day. All I'm saying is this, yo. Listen, black people, what the fuck we doing wrong? We gonna have to get to the point where we can look at ourselves as a collective and analyze the shit we doing wrong. And that's one thing right there. I'm gonna tell you right now. This failure to encourage young black boys to be something other than an athlete or a rapper or anything. You know what I'm saying? You're missing the whole fucking the whole point of our freedom. You're missing it. We're free. We don't have to entertain white men anymore. We don't have to. We're on a plantation, god damn it. Wake up. Smell the coffee. Drink the coffee. Shit. And encourage your young black men to grow up and be something that they can be proud of. Encourage them to choose a career path that they can feel proud of. When they look in the mirror every night, they can have peace with themselves. That's what you should be encouraging young black men to do. Do something that they can be proud of. Something they want to do. Not something that make you money. You sound like the motherfucking slave master talking shit like that. Thinking like that. Like my son gotta go play football because he gotta make money for me. What the fuck? Who is you? I mean, you might be the mom. You might be the dad. But your young black boy, he has his own life. God gave him that life. To live for himself. And bring honor to the family. If he is doing something that he does not want to do, he is not honoring himself or the family. Why? Because he's going to be disappointed every goddamn day he wakes up and goes to that fucking job that he hates. Listen, y'all. Slavery has been over. Now we have got to free our minds. And listen, black families out there, wake the fuck up and stop only encouraging your young black boys to be athletes. You know what I mean? There's so many other opportunities where you can save and preserve your body, okay? And that's that. I'm out. So listen, black men, black boys, listen, you got opportunities in this world, and don't you let the motherfucking assholes tell you that you don't. You got many, okay? You got many. And you need to know that. I'm telling you, black man out.